Hi, welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly.
We are in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is very much the western edge of Louisiana. Still on our trip, in the middle of our trip west to Arizona, and it might be a little bit more than halfway now. And it's a bit windy today, if you can't tell already by the wind blowing in the microphone here. It's windy, and but it's nice, it's sunny, its temperature is lovely, like it's probably mid-70s. So it's a nice day. Kelly's on lunch at the moment. She's been working all morning, and we are here at a Y. Let me just pan this way, you can see the Y there in the background.
It's big.
So it's big. We're at a Y, as we often are, both for our showers as well as our exercise. And yeah, we're gonna head on into Texas tonight. So I don't know how far we're gonna go. We did a big push last night. We drove for about 6 hours or so last night. And it was late when we got in. It was about 11:30 when we got to bed. And that was late. And we're both pretty tired. So probably been a little shorter one tonight. So we are leaving Shreveport, Louisiana. We are heading to Wichita Falls, which is different from Wichita. Wichita's in Kansas. Wichita Falls is Texas. So we're heading there, and we're trying to go around Dallas because I don't want to get stuck in the traffic. We were in Atlanta traffic yesterday, and it was horrific, and I don't want to do that. So we're kind of going around Dallas today. But last night, we had a lot of really high winds, blowing me everywhere. I kept hitting rumble strips on the road. Kelly was like, "What's all that?" Just because it was just blowing me everywhere.
I thought he was falling asleep or something.
The van thought I was falling asleep too, because it has like a driver monitoring system, and it kept coming on saying, "You're tired, take a rest. Driver, take a rest." Like every 5 minutes, it kept coming on telling me, take a rest, because it thought I was asleep because it was all over the road, but it was just the wind. Well, it's windy again today. It's kind of peaked right now. I'm hoping when the sun goes down, the wind's going to die down. I don't know if that's the case, but I'm hoping so. We're going to have to fight this wind again today. But the topography should really change, because on the map, it looks as if once we hit Wichita Falls, it's very arid from there going west. So it should really change and start to change as we go through today. So it should be interesting. But Wichita Falls, here we come. Welcome to Texas.
Welcome to Texas.
So it is so windy that the van keeps thinking that I'm falling asleep because it's blowing us around everywhere so much on the road. It keeps thinking I'm falling asleep, and it keeps giving me these warnings on the dash to rest, take a break. So I'm gonna show it to you, but it's crazy. It's windy. Tear the van apart.
Yeah, like the window, like the door, the window just like a fire, but it's crazy. And the trees don't even look like they're blowing that hard. But we're out of this 4-lane road, and it's pretty crazy. Going like this.
We have just left the YMCA in Wichita Falls. We were staying for the day where Kelly was working. We are heading to Amarillo, Texas, which is our next stop. And as you can see by that little duster, Kelly's up here dusting while I'm driving, because dusting the steering wheel while it's in my hand is important stuff as we're going along.
It's my idea that decompression.
Safety comes secondary to cleanliness, evidently. So anyway, we're heading to Amarillo, Texas, and it's not as windy today. There's a light breeze, and that's it. So don't expect to have the battle I had yesterday. And it was a battle. It was a fight the whole day.
That was terrible.
It was a fight, but I'm not expecting that today. It's nice clear skies. We should have a good drive, and once she's done cleaning, we should have a pretty peaceful drive. But I'm going to show you here what it's like with sea view, because it's pretty big sky around here, because it's very flat in this part of Texas. So the sky looks huge. Let me show that to you as we're driving along. So here we are, just coming across a little bit of an overpass here. It's all under construction. But yeah, the sky just looks big because everything is so flat here. I don't know, I'm sure it's an optical illusion, but as well, because there's a lot less trees and stuff. Like Delaware's pretty flat where we're from. That's pretty flat, but the sky doesn't look as big as it does here. And I think it's probably because there's there's less vegetation. Everything's spread out as well.
But they say everything's bigger in Texas, so maybe the sky is bigger here.
Well, actually, Montana's known as Big Sky Country, but I think it's because everything is so spread out here as well. Houses and things are not right on top of each other. Development, like roads, don't seem to be so closed in. I think that has something to do with it, but that's just my theory. Anyways, we're off.
Passing all these oil pumps. Just did miles and miles of these open farms. It's just like there's no houses, nothing on them, just miles of open range for the cattle to roam. Now all these little pumps are moving. Over here to the left, you can see the wind turbine farm. It goes across the road and all the way to the right, everywhere. Let's see if I can show you. And there's a house there. So we bought the van in 2020 and it's 2025 and it took us over a year to build it. So this goal of getting out west and going to Arizona and the trip that we're on this week is especially momentous to us because we've been working towards this for so long and it's actually like happening. And Josh has done a great job of, picking out distances, finding a YMCA for us to go to. Today was like the best. It was amazing here in Texas. And so that's been nice, places to work, just hitting the road and driving every night. But it's Thursday evening, and by Saturday we should hopefully, should I spoil it?
You can tell.
Be at the Grand Canyon. So that's been like a lifelong desire, or at least 2/3 of my life desire to get there. So we're excited to share that with you and to see it and to be remote. I have a few days off from work and we're going to be up in the mountains and it's, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to emphasize this road trip that we're doing, like how important and how hard we worked and all the things we had to put in place. Sold the house, moved to the apartment, got one, and then got a different job, worked to get my son moved, and like put stuff in storage, like just been living in the van in the same place for a while, and now we're getting to stretch our legs a bit and explore. So it's like so exciting, and then having the drone too, especially. Although some of the places that are going to have some of the great views, the parks, the national parks, you can't use it, but we'll try to share it as much as we can. So anyway, that's my little tutorial of my excitement on where we are today and how we got here.
The sun is just setting. We're about 15 minutes out of Amarillo, so we'll be there shortly. Well, good morning. We are in Amarillo, and we have had an interesting morning. So, we try and go to the Y before Kelly works and try and get it done. And the fact that she's on Eastern time zone work schedule, but we're currently in Central time zone, means we just got to get up that extra little bit early so that she can work on time. Which means getting up even earlier in order to go to the Y and all that. So we had planned on going to the Y this morning at like 5:30, And
we get up at 5 now.
so Kelly was getting up at 5 to do that. And then because I wanted to do a workout, but we weren't staying at the Y because we're doing laundry, I knew that I needed to walk Sophie before we went to the Y. So I was thinking I'm going to get up at 4:45 and take care of that. However, my body got me up at 10 minutes to 3 and said, okay. And then I just looked at the clock and went, okay, it's too early. And I just kind of dozed. So I've been up for a while. And we got Sophie's walk-in. And then we went to what was listed on Google as a Y, wasn't a Y. Matter of fact, all the official Ys in Amarillo are permanently closed. There is no Y here. So we don't have the ability to have a shower and work out currently, which is, well, at a gym. We have our own ability to do that still. And that's, something completely different. But yes, we can still do that, but Kelly's got to work, so it's going to make it difficult for her. So we decided to come straight to a laundromat instead, so that we can get the laundry going early. So we're here, and then
No workout clothes.
no workout clothes, and then Kelly needs to use the toilet, so we went down the road to a donut shop so she could do that. And it was a nice donut shop, but it's a low carb day, so we didn't get any donuts.
It was hard,
which was sad.
It
so
looked
sad.
So good. And I felt obliged to get coffee, even though I had mine, since I use the facility, but it's not so good. It's like mud water.
Yeah, so her coffee's not very good.
Snob. I like making my own at home because I make it strong.
Yeah. So.
But yeah.
So anyways, we're back at the laundromat waiting for it to open, because it doesn't open until 7. But that's also 8 Eastern time, which is when Kelly has to work, which is fine because once we're here, I can do all the laundry. That's not a problem. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're currently waiting for the laundromat to open, and then we're going to have to figure out showers later today in some fashion. We haven't figured that out yet, but we'll do that.
Yeah, I might try work out at lunch, or if he finds a park nearby, maybe.
There's a park right across the street.
Yeah.
So we'll figure something out. But
we really had 6 days, 6 out of 6 so far. So
far it's been good. And there are gyms
today.
here. and I must admit, we went to a gym thinking it was a Y, and it wasn't. And it was this really kind of upmarket gym in the center of town on the 4th floor of a building, and they were like going to charge us $25 each as a guest entry.
You should have seen it. You walk in, there's leather seats.
Yeah.
Fancy smancy.
But I'm like, yeah, $50 for a shower? No thanks. We can go to a truck stop for a quarter of that price if we really needed to. So yeah, we're not doing that. So that's what's happening this morning. It's, what time is it now? 6:30? Quarter of 7. Ooh, it's 7:15. We've already had an adventureful day. We are just leaving Amarillo. Been there all day, got some washing done, and Sophie walked in a park. Kelly got all of her work done, so we are off. And exciting news is, not only is it the weekend, but Kelly has off Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're excited about that. We're excited about the possibilities that are ahead of us. So tonight we're heading for Albuquerque, and because we couldn't get into a gym this morning to work out or shower, we're going to go and hit a gym first when we get there. We're going to shower, and then tomorrow morning we'll work out and stuff before we go and do it that way. So, but I think we have a lot of open spaces again ahead of us, given the fact that we came through a lot of open spaces yesterday, and this is a little bit more remote than that, going over to Albuquerque. So yeah, it should be another pleasant drive. Once again, we're in big wide open spaces, and we've got windmills off to the horizon, on both sides of the road. That seems to be typical of this area of Texas. We seem to be getting lots of windmill farms and stuff, but that's fine. I'm enjoying the wide open spaces. Reminds me a lot of out in the bush in Australia. But yeah, it's going to be a pleasant drive. A little bit of a view to the horizon here because we're going down a little hill. It's not just flat anymore. Probably come back to being flat, but at the moment it's not. We get to see a little bit. different spot.
Plan B. Stay tuned. We found the La Cita restaurant. They have apparently make their own shells, taco shells on site. So I'm very, very excited.
So this place has got a review talking about how good the homemade shells are. So we will find out. At least they're open, since the last place wasn't. So we'll let you know. We might even show you just to make you jealous. So this is what Kelly brought for us. Is this technically a taco or a burrito?
It's a burrito.
Okay.
I substituted the chicken or the beef for chorizo.
How is it?
Good. Comes with grilled onions, peppers. The chorizo was only on the breakfast menu, so I substituted it for the chicken instead of chicken or beef. And the place was getting really busy, so I hope Josh likes it. He's not a huge fan of the peppers, but it was hard to find something that a lot of them had potato in it, and
I'm sure it'll be good.
And the chorizo was only on the breakfast menu.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good.
Look at this view. Just, everywhere you look, mountains. Just, oh my gosh, I love it.
Good morning. Anyway, we are in Albuquerque, heading to the Y, and this is the view. Lovely mountains there. It is nice to see. We are definitely enjoying this.
I love the landscape, all the rocks and the trees. The grass doesn't grow out here, but it's really nice to see, all the different rock landscapes all around. Are very nice. And then you don't have to worry about the grass dying. And I'm sure there's some weeds that come up, but oh gosh, it's so pretty. Out there we're just past some cactus. The Walmart parking lot was so nice. I just got done shopping. They got some more groceries. It had like a wall with going down the center of the parking lot, and it had trees and landscaping, and so nice. Oh my gosh, look at that. Imagine just driving around and seeing this every day. Look over to the left. I see.
All right, we are back on the highway leaving Albuquerque, and the desert stretches in front of us. Our next stop is Flagstaff, Arizona. It's our view to the horizon currently. There's a few mesas and buttes and stuff besides the mountains. It looks like it's a bit of a canyon or something coming up. But yeah, it's very, very different from what we're used to seeing. Our eyes are soaking in the far horizons.
I hope you don't get sick of hearing it, because I'm just, a little Delaware girl, a little flat, it's just, oh my gosh, I just love it.
Going through a little kind of canyon area here. Big rock cliffs and stuff on either side. Amazing. Definitely some mountains ahead.
I don't know if they can fully appreciate it in this video, but it looks amazing.
The camera never does it justice. Openness and there's rock formations and all that. And it reminds me of Australia. It reminds me a lot of Australia, in particular South Australia. Out portion of South Australia as you head north up towards Cooper Beatty, which reminds me of that in terms of the landscape, the sparseness, the openness of it, some of these kind of low rocky hills and things like that. If you've been to South Australia and been up to Cooper Beatty, then you'll know what I'm talking about. That's what this kind of reminds me of. And yeah, I like the desert, but not everybody does. And I think I'm starting to convince Kelly how nice the desert is too.
What are you up here talking about?
I said, I think I'm starting to convince you how nice the desert is.
Yeah.
Yeah?
First it was just the mountains and stuff up above, and then this view is, there's something about the vastness of it.
It's vast, it's open, it's, picturesque.
Really see so far.
Yeah.
Think about when you're used to a certain topography of trees all the time that got there.
distant horizon sort of place.
You haven't passed any street taco trucks without telling me that.
I have not. No, I won't do that. If I see a street taco truck, I'll stop for you.
My first tasting experience wasn't that great, so more opportunities to assess. Oh my goodness, look at the size of these.
Yeah.
Wow, I gotta come up here though.
So we've been driving towards this mountain on the horizon for a little while now. I don't know what it is. I'll research it and put it here on the screen. But it just rises up here out of the valley floor all on its own. Nothing else is around it. Everything else is pretty barren and desert. But it's obviously colder up there because they still have snow on it. But yeah, we've been driving towards it now for probably at least the last half hour. I don't know if it's near Flagstaff or just outside of Flagstaff. But anyways, I'll find the name and I'll tell you to you. So we are in Flagstaff and we actually are waiting in line to get our oil changed because, well, last week we were nowhere near it. We've just driven 2,500 miles and we are due for an oil change. So we're here and after this, we're going to find some good Mexican. I found a highly recommended place, so we're going to go there and see what it's like. Thanks, Adrian. All right, Kelly, tell me about this place. She was looking for the authentic. Do you think this is authentic?
Mm-hmm. It's just like a little, like no frills place, and the chips are amazing. And they have a salsa bar. So my choices were guacamole salsa, and then another sauce, I can't remember the name, started with an M, but otherwise it had really hot stuff. So I ordered 2 tacos, carne asada and chorizo.
So this is my burrito, looking like the real deal. Kelly's tacos. So Kelly, you almost done that first one. Tell me your impressions.
It's delicious. This is what I was looking for. So 2 apparently wasn't enough. I had to order a 3rd.
It was so good she'd have a 3rd. That's a fish one. It looks really good. And mine, well, I'm almost done. Tell me how the fish tastes, Kelly. Is it as tasty as the other 2? Yeah? All right. So we are leaving Flagstaff heading north, and don't know how well you can see it, but on the side of the roads all around there's still a lot of snow on the ground. Even though today was in the 60s, right now it's still almost 60 degrees, but there's a lot of snow on the ground. So they must have had a pretty good snow here sometime in the recent past, and it's still here.
So we're here at a water station because we couldn't find it, and we are in the desert, and Josh says it's not uncommon. So you have to put some money in here. You get water or air. We're here for water. I guess it's just to be ornate, decorative. We got some rams and a bear down there. Oh look, and here's my taco truck after I just had 3 tacos.
All right, so pardon me. I don't even know how much water we have. I don't know how much water that's going to dispense when we put our money in. So, yeah, this could be fun. This is the fail-safe water gauge. That's what you see, because we don't have any other way. Got to shine it on the tank and I can see the water level. Cool. Well, that worked well. That actually worked pretty well.
I'm concerned that there's going to be a splatter of water.
And $2 for we probably took close to 40 gallons. That's not bad. And we could have had more. So my guess is it was probably around 30 gallons for $1. So that's not bad at all.
Be able to go get it, but we got a national park pass, so we'll be able to come back.
Come and go when we need to, or any other national park for that matter, which is nice, because there's a lot around here that we'll probably head into. I guess the extent in which we go into them, also in terms of how long we stay in them, in some ways will depend on how they are, what their dog policies are. Because if, you know, if they're like, no dogs, well, we've got Soph, we can't just leave her behind. So
Yeah, she's probably going to have to stay in the car for this one.
that's my guess, but we'll see.
So we're almost here, and I didn't know that there would be so many national parks that we would be driving through to get here, which is very picturesque. And then when you get here, there's like this whole canyon village, Grand Canyon Village, which has like hotels and restaurants and beach places and gas stations. It's a really visited area. Like Josh said, there's probably like millions of visitors that come here every year. So now we've got the pass, which will be annual, so we can use that in our time here. And we're heading up now to see this, so pretty exciting.
All right, here we are, Kelly. We're getting ready to go up to the rim.
South Rim.
Now I have seen it before, but Kelly hasn't, so I'm trying to catch her reaction. Wait there, keep looking down. Walk to me, then open your eyes.
Walk to you.
Yep, then look up. Mm-hmm.
Look up now.
No, not yet. All right.
Oh my gosh. This is not anything like I imagined it to be. It's real?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And this is what she's looking at.
Wow. That was worth driving 2,500 miles for.
So there's a trail here. Hope you can hear me over this wind. That's the trail. It goes down this escarpment. You can see it down here. And then that's the Colorado River, way down there in the background. So that is the Colorado River, way down there. And then, so it comes from here. Let it focus again, there we go. It comes from there and goes down that escarpment, goes down to the river. And then you camp somewhere down there. And then it goes up this far canyon. It goes up that canyon until you climb out way over there on the north rim.
Here we are. We made it.
We have made it, and it's a bit windy, it's a bit cool, and all day driving it was sunny, and then now it's cloudy when we get here, which is a shame because the colors really pop in the sun, but nonetheless, this is how it is. But this is where we're going to leave you for this week, and just gonna have to tune in next week to see what we get up to. So until then, we'll see you out there.
See you out there.